time to bring in the last of our garden. It's November 9th, so that's pretty incredible. Up to last week I was still picking tomatoes. So my cabbage is the last thing to come out. Picking these today because we're going to be making some sauerkraut this week. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be making sauerkraut. So I thought I would take you through that process. This is a recipe that my mom taught me, that we've been making for years and years. And it's a little bit different than other people do. Some people just use the cabbage. I like to also add onion in mine. And I don't know why, but my mom always put a Granny Smith apple into hers. So that's what we're doing. As well, I am using a Himalayan rose pink salt. You could use just a coarse sea salt if you like. I'm making mine in this crock pot. And you need something to pound the cabbage down. So my dad had made this very crude pounding instrument for us, which works great, but you don't need that. And you don't need a crock either. If you just have a glass container, even a mason jar, that's fine. So we're gonna start processing our cabbage. So you can definitely do this in a food processor. It speeds up the cutting time. I'm not today. I kind of like just the rustic feel of this, so I like cutting it myself. So we're just going to start cutting this down. I just picked the last of my cabbage out of the garden yesterday. So the cabbage is nice and fresh. So you want to just take this down into manageable chunks. Take the core out. And it's up to you how big you want these chunks. I'm doing mine about like that. So we know that fermented foods is very good for gut health and something that they're really saying we should eat so much more of. So sauerkraut is great for that. I am going to be canning some of this, which it kind of loses some of its health benefits when you do that. But I just like to be able to have it throughout the year when I want it. And anything homemade is the best. So if you've had sauerkraut that you have bought from the store, I have tried some. It's really not good. I don't like it anyway. So when you can have something homemade, fresh sauerkraut is amazing. And then you can also alter what you put into it as well as your salt levels. So this just starts all going into our crock. And we start layering these in. Get some of my onion cut up. You can also add garlic to this if you want. And again, how much onion you put in depends on the flavor that you like. So I'm just going to move this crock pot down to a little stool I have here beside me, which just makes it easier to pound because I'm not up so high. So now we're going to start adding our salt into this. So a fairly generous sprinkling. And this is where we're going to start pounding our cabbage. So this just breaks the fibers down, and the salt is helping to bring the liquid out of the cabbage. So you're just bruising the cabbage, trying to release all that liquid, because we need a liquid to cover this cabbage. It may seem like a lot of salt at first, but it's just to get this going. We won't need that much as we continue. This is also much easier if you have a friend helping you, because you can switch off doing the bruising of the cabbage, because it can be a little bit of a workout. So sauerkraut is looking good. It smells amazing. This is about 4 cabbages. I just want to show you the liquid that is on this. It's exactly what you want, that amount of liquid coming out of it. So this process is complete. You should taste your sauerkraut at this point just to see if you want any more salt added to it. This is to my liking, so I'm not going to. So at this point, I'm going to take a plate, and we want to try and get all that cabbage down underneath the juice. So once we do that, you can see as I push down on that it completely covers with the liquid. So I'm going to put a weight on this. You can use what you want, even just a bowl filled with water or a mason jar filled with water will do fine. So once you get your weight on this, so that it's totally submerged, you're going to cover this. I'm just going to put a clean towel on it, and then my lid. And now I'm going to take my crock jar and I'm going to put it in a cool place. I'm going to put mine in the basement. And it really is up to you how long you want this to ferment for. I like mine fairly sour, so I'm guessing it'll be probably about 10 days or so. I go down after maybe 4 days and just check it to make sure everything's still looking good, and then daily after that. So you don't want it to go too far where you wreck your batch of sauerkraut. So again, depending how sour you like it, taste it as the days go by, and then you'll know when that's ready. So that's it to making sauerkraut. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a like and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.